Alright, he's going over there. God damn it! Hey everyone, welcome back to Metal Gear Solid Integral. I'd wanted to play RoboCop, but I think I might actually rent Metal Gear Solid Delta to try out the multiplayer, which means that I also now have to complete Metal Gear 1 and 2 before I actually go ahead and do that next month. So we're gonna try to finish this in 2 videos. Hopefully by this time I can reach the end of the second Sniper Wolf boss fight, and then the last video would be the finale, because we got a long way to go. There's actually a pretty long cutscene coming up now also.
Save your strength.
I was a fool. I wanted to be a soldier. But war is ugly. There's nothing glamorous about it. Snake, please save yourself. Go on living and don't give up on people. Don't forget me.
Snake, about Meryl.
Colonel, I'm sorry.
Listen to me.
I wasn't able to protect her.
Snake, she's a soldier. She knows that prisoners are a part of war. She joined up of her own free will. I'm sure she was prepared for this.
No, you're wrong. Meryl thought she had to become a soldier. Thought it was the only way. She said she thought it would bring her closer to her dead father.
She said that?
She wasn't ready for real combat. I shouldn't have pushed her so hard. It's all my fault.
That's not like you, Snake.
Master, what is it?
Sorry for eavesdropping, but I just couldn't listen anymore.
Master.
Snake, you can have regrets if you want to. It's only natural. But you can't keep attacking yourself for things that happened in the past. That road leads to madness. Believe me.
He's right. Don't kick yourself. It doesn't suit a legend like you. I'm sure Meryl's just fine.
Mei Ling.
Snake, forget about Meryl. Stop Liquid. That's what Meryl would want too.
You're right. Meryl would say the same thing.
Snake.
What?
Meryl. She's pretty special to you, huh?
Yes, she's special. There aren't many women like her around.
That's not what I meant.
She's the Colonel's niece and a combat buddy.
Is that all? Come on.
This is like a police interrogation.
No, I
guess it's in the genes.
The genes? What are you talking about, Colonel?
No, I just remembered about Naomi's grandfather. I think Naomi said he rose as high as assistant secretary in the FBI during Edgar Hoover's time.
Is that right?
Yes. Yes, he was Japanese, and he became a special undercover investigator to nab the Mafia.
When was that?
Oh, sometime in the 50s, I guess.
Where?
New York, I think.
Naomi, I thought you didn't have any family.
Well, I researched it after I became an adopt. My grandfather was already dead by the time I learned about him. I never even had the chance to meet him.
Oh.
Snake, good luck.
Watch your back, Snake.
Okay, it wasn't a long cutscene, rather it was a long codec call. More or less the same. Yeah, there's something suspicious about Naomi's background there. Something doesn't quite add up, especially with how hesitant she was and how sharply Miller questioned her. Yeah, Miller would know all about past regrets, wouldn't he? Of course, given what we know about Master Miller, you have to wonder how much of that sentiment is actually genuine or not. You know, is he just trying to make Snake feel better, or is he, doing it for his own sake? That's all I'll say. Or is it a mix of both? Also, there was a little musical note there that I don't think was in the American version when I played it. Maybe I'm mistaken, but when Snake's talking about how it's all his fault, there's a little note of the Metal Gear theme there from the first game that plays during that segment that I don't think was on the American release. I think it was just silence in the codec call. So maybe that's something that they added for the integral version. Now there are gun cameras here, so even though it says jamming, you might want to throw one down just in case, because there are gun cameras there. You can't see them, but they're hiding up there in that little broken piece of the wall, like that little corridor type opening there up there. So they will shoot you if you try to get the ammo. Trying to see if we can peer back and look at them, but I think they're hidden right within the openings. Oh yeah, you can hear them. There's nothing up there. There we go, we got past them. But yeah, you can hear them turning if you pay close attention to it. What's down here besides mice? FAMAS bullets. Is there anything up here? Oh, there's a mouse right up there. Wonder if it's like Resident Evil Code Veronica, where the mouse has his own little journal. You know, they're keeping a diary of all this stuff that's happening on Shadow Moses Island. Yeah, so my plan was to play Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 in that order. But since I might be renting Delta to try it out, I think I'm gonna have to finish 1 and 2, Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, and then go ahead and play Delta, and then maybe save the preferred version of 3 for after that. Because I've already watched the playthrough of Delta and I can already tell it's inferior to Metal Gear Solid 3, but I still want to try it out because someone I know is going to be trying the multiplayer, and I might as well try it while I have that GameFly subscription. So yeah, I have like a week to finish Metal Gear Solid 2. I'm gonna have to do it all next week.
If you go straight down the underground passageway north of the cave, you'll arrive at the communication towers. You should be able to go over the glacier by using the communication towers walkway. Head for the towers.
Like I said, it's not what I wanted to do, but I might as well try out the multiplayer as long as I have it.
What's up, Snake?
Especially because I think the PS Plus membership I bought expires pretty soon also.
He who is firm in will molds the world to himself. Don't forget what you're here to do. You've got to seize any opportunities that present themselves. But I guess I don't have to tell you that, do I?
That sounds pretty similar to what one of the pictures in Silent Hill 2 said. The one that said shape forces the mind. It also sounds kind of similar to Batman's quote from that dumbass movie in the DCEU, when he says the world only makes sense if you force it to. That movie was ass, but it does have a couple good quotes here and there. If you ignore the nonsense happening around it, and how stupid Superman and Batman are in that movie. Batman's a fucking moron in that movie, but there are one or two good quotes, especially the one from Perry White where he says what does he say? The American conscience died with John, Bobby, and Martin, something like that. Meaning that when those three guys went, pretty much the whole conscience of the country went with it. You know, America lost its conscience and hasn't recovered it ever since. Which is actually kind of true if you look at the real world. So there's two ways you can approach this. You can either, one, arm yourself with the FAM and just kill everyone around you, or we can use all those stun grenades that we never use, and now's the time to use them. So we're gonna go with the stun grenades for this one because our goal is to race all the way up to the top. And if we fail, then we'll try again maybe with the FAMAS, but we're gonna use the stun grenades first. Because as you can see, it starts off pretty calm and mellow, but then once you turn around that corner, that happens. Well, let's kill these two guys so that they don't interfere. Now we can go toss stun grenades. Don't forget to pick up the rope or else you have to go back.
Snake, the launch deadline for the new nuclear warhead is almost here. Hurry and get to Metal Gear's underground maintenance base. The overland route is blocked by a glacier. Climb the communications tower so you can go over it. The communications tower consists of Tower A and Tower B. You're in Tower A now. To get to Tower B, you'll have to use the outside walkway.
Remember, Snake, dark places are dangerous places. You can't see where your enemies are coming from. Please use your night vision goggles or your thermal goggles.
Got it, Colonel. Naomi. Got it. We're not an idiot. We've done this before. Even if we have been sitting in Alaska for 6 years, we still remember.
Snake, it's dark inside the communication towers. You should use your night vision or thermal goggles. The walkway is directly between the communications towers. Head for there.
Man, night vision goggles would really come in handy for some Resident Evil games. Like, that remake of 2 is dark. Dark as hell. No response from Master, so let's just run right up. Run right up this huge, massive tower. Yeah, if you keep spamming the stun grenades, it'll take them down far easier than if you try to use the FAMAS. Since we saved them all, we got tons of them. And plus, it's not like we use it anywhere else. Like we don't use them anywhere at all.
Snake, that's the door to the walkway.
It won't open, even if I use the card.
Huh? Oh, that's right. I totally forgot.
Do you know something?
That door sometimes gets frozen shut because it's so cold outside.
Next time, tell me beforehand. So what should I do?
It's impossible to open from the inside. They always used C4 or something from the outside.
From the outside? You can't open it from the inside?
Sorry, it's impossible. But don't worry, you'll get through. There are 2 walkways that connect Tower A and Tower B. The other one's on the roof. You should just use the walkway on the roof.
Can't we just blow it apart with like a Nikita missile or something, or a grenade? I mean, it's a metal door. We can just blow it open, right? Oh, you can also hold... God damn, this fool. This fool got past me. The trick is to always have them ready to go as soon as they stand up. That way they can only get minimal shots across. And like I said, we don't use them in almost any other period in the game, so if we've hoarded them all this time, might as well use them all here. You also want to maintain the ration just in case you do get caught. God damn it. I remember when I first played this, I thought this went on forever. Like, god damn, this was a huge, huge climb. There we go, we got past him. It took all the stun grenades we had, but we got them all. We got them all out of there. Yeah, this is like this game's version of the famous ladder from Metal Gear Solid 3. Or rather, the infamous ladder. That's considered his own boss fight.
I made it to the roof.
You must be exhausted, Snake.
It was no big deal.
Snake, I'm monitoring you closely. Your heart rate is elevated and your breathing is shallow.
What's the matter, Snake? You out of shape from all that dog mushing? Then climb down and proceed north.
Hey, it probably takes serious effort to handle all those dogs. With how big they are, but come on, the guy's been in retirement for 6 years. Give him a break.
Otacon, I'm up on the roof.
That was a pretty fast climb.
I wanted to go slowly, but someone there forced me to move faster.
Huh. Well, you can relax, because there's an elevator in Tower B. That walkway will take you to Tower B.
Yeah, that's probably the most exercise this guy has had in 6 years. 6 whole years of retirement.
So, the terrorists intentionally set their deadline to coincide with the signing of the START 3 Accord. According to the terms of START 3, both Russia and the US are to reduce the number of their nuclear warheads in deployment to between 2,000 and 2,500 missiles. The current president has not yet had any major foreign policy successes. His term will be up soon, and the word at the White House is that he desperately wants this one for the history books.
Typical politician.
It is a big concern for him and his supporters.
That's pretty interesting that she says he hasn't had any major successes, considering who we later find out he actually is. You'd think he would have had quite a bit more foreign success before his term is up. You know, like it just I guess his focus was on other matters, not foreign policy, but it just, you kind of expect him to have a little bit more success considering who he turns out to be. But we'll deal with that later in Metal Gear Solid 2. Yeah, that missile reduction hasn't happened at all, I think, in our actual reality, and I don't think it's going to happen now with Russia suddenly deciding they want to be the enemy of all mankind. I don't know. It's probably not going to happen. Which is a shame, since from what I understand of military stuff, their security is pretty damn pitiful, which means anybody could just steal those nuclear warheads and who knows what and just smuggle them out of the country and use them for God knows what. They have zero security on those things from what I've heard. Not that we're much better, but at least we have some slight security on our nukes. From what I've heard and read about everything about the military, they have no security on theirs, so that could turn out to be a huge, huge problem if somebody gets their hands on them that they're not supposed to. Let's save, because we're gonna be coming up on a pretty big action sequence right now.
In China, they say, once the fox gets his nose in, he'll soon find a way to make his body follow. That's a perfect description of you. You can do it, Snake, but you've got to be flexible. Adapt to each situation uniquely.
That one's pretty obvious. Once you get your foot in the door, then you can do more. Should we take a ration now? Yeah, why not? I don't think we've taken many rations throughout the whole game, right? Yeah, I sometimes read up on current events. I try not to that often because it just makes you depressed at the state the world is in, but I do sometimes read about it. And about the absolute lack of security regarding certain dangerous weapons. It's funny that when Kojima released this game back in 1998, everything seemed so hopeful and so optimistic. And our shows at the time reflected it. You know, the Star Trek shows that were on, other sci-fi shows, even to a much lesser extent, Farscape reflected how optimistic everyone was feeling at the time. And then it all went to hell somewhere around the mid-2000s. It all went to hell. But then again, maybe that's the natural state of the world. It's just all being shit pretty much every year, because that's how it was for a long time, for centuries. So maybe that is the natural state of the world. It's not peace, it's actually war, like Big Boss believed in this game. We don't have nearly enough life, but oh damn, I forgot to pick up the fucking bulletproof vest. We never went back for it. That sucks, because now we take more damage. So yeah, we're gonna have to avoid all combat as much as possible, because I completely forgot that vest. We could go back for it now, but that's a long way to go back. Like, we'd have to go back all the way to like the commander's room, and then pass through the other section to get to the basement. That's where it is. Like, it would just be a huge journey to go to. Well, I guess we're doing it without the bulletproof vest.
Rope? If it is at least 12 millimeters thick, lightweight and hard to cut, you should be able to rappel with it as well. It is not a hemp rope, is it?
No, it looks like it's made of nylon fibers.
Good. When hemp rope gets wet, it loses its flexibility. It would not be good for rappelling, but that rope sounds like it will not be a problem.
That just reminds you of a story I heard about the behind-the-scenes stuff that was happening on the first Predator film, where apparently the actor who played Billy, you know, the Native American soldier, was actually quite a bit of a wild man, and he once tried to rappel out of a building with nothing but his underwear on his head. So many questions. First off, where did he get the rope for that? Secondly, how did no one notice him sneaking out of his hotel room in that state? And how did he even get down? I guess he is rappelled down by himself. That must have been an alarming call for the firefighters in that country when they received that. Hey, there's a 6'2" tall Native American guy climbing out of a hotel with nothing but underwear on his head, completely naked, and he's got a rope. Like, it must have seemed like something out of a comedy or action movie to them. Damn, he just completely blew up all that radar dish or whatever that thing is, the communications tower.
Damn! Snake!
I'm afraid I can't let you get past here.
Liquid!
You're not going any farther. Die!
It's a long way down. If I had a rope, I should be able to use that rope I got.
What are you going to do? Take on a hind with your bare hands? Now you're mine!
If I stay here, I'm finished.
Snake, are you gonna take on a hind with your bare hands?
I'm not that big a fool. Isn't there a weapon I can use against him somewhere?
There are Stinger missiles in Communications Tower B. I'm pretty sure they're near the entrance to the walkway. If you had a rope, you could probably get them by dropping down from the roof.
Only a handful of pilots in the world could operate a hind in a blizzard like this. The IR and night vision equipment would be useless. He must be flying on manual. That means your chap won't work.
The walkway on the roof of Tower A was destroyed? Now, that doesn't mean there's no other way. You'll have to go to the north part of Tower A and use that rope to rappel down to the walkway below.
It's too dangerous. That hind is aiming at Snake, and he'll need to use both hands to repel, too.
You're right, but we have no choice. The hind can't move in tight spaces. It's our best bet.
This is insane.
The Colonel's right. There's no other way.
Alright, here we go. There's no other way. I thought this was so epic when I first played this game. It's like a Hollywood action movie, pretty much. Except in video game form. Unfortunately, the music makes this much less epic on the GameCube version.
Here's how to repel. Press the X button to jump away from the wall. While you're away from the wall, press down on the directional button to drop down. If you jump while pressing right or left on the directional button, you can make a big jump in that direction. If you press and hold the circle button while using the directional button, you can walk slowly across the wall. If you're careful with the timing, you should be able to dodge the gunfire from the hind while you rappel down. If anyone can do it, you can, Snake.
You also gotta dodge the steam, that'll damage you too.
Wow, Snake, you're like an action movie star.
Totally different.
Huh?
This is real, not some prearranged stunt. If I screw up, there are no retakes.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, the steam can burn you. I don't bother trying to walk across the wall like that. It's better to just head straight down and try to get up there as soon as possible. There we go. Barely made it, but we made it. Thankfully, the fight with the hind is pretty easy, so we should be able to get more rations from that one. You wanna use C4 on the door so we can get it open?
Great job! You made it down!
No problem.
Maybe now would be a good time to blow that door open with some C4 so you can get through later.
The hind is still around. You will need a surface-to-air missile to take him on, like a Stinger or something.
Snake, why don't you try the door that leads from the walkway to Tower A?
Oh, there's a ration right there. Now you'll notice you can't see around that corner, but there's There's 3 guards right over here. So just let them have it. You want to stay in that corner so that they can't shoot you. Because otherwise they are capable of reaching over here with your bullets. So you want to stay in that corner there. So that they have no chance to hit you whatsoever. I guess these missiles are kind of weak. Since it takes 3 of them. Or maybe even more to kill those guards. Oh yeah, they're still around. So either the guards are wearing heavy body armor or else these Nikita missiles are weak as fuck. This is the only time we get to use them though. Besides the circuit breaker. There you go. Yep, once the music stops, you know they're all dead. But unfortunately, there's nothing to get from this side of the communications tower. There's nothing there, so you can go back if you want, but it's really not worth it because there's nothing there. Unless, like I said, we want to go back and get that bulletproof vest. It's a long way back though, like. Should we try to get it or not? It's gonna be our last chance because after that we go over to the snowfield, so we have no chance to get it back by that point. I'm wondering if it's worth it or not. Because it does reduce damage by half. Oh wait a minute, are there cameras down here? Actually, you know what, we're gonna save it because I just remember we have to go to the wolf cavern again, so it's a long way. I don't know, is it worth it to go back and get it or not? We'd have to go past the area where we fought Sniper Wolf, go to the cavern, commander's room. What would it take, like 5 minutes maybe? 10? You know what, let's try to get it at least. If we see some cameras on the way down, then we'll just turn back. Cause I want that for the Metal Gear Rex fight when you can take a lot of damage. I'd rather have that bulletproof vest than not have it. And we don't have to go past the cameras up top either. Because the door is in the middle section of the climb, so we can just yeah, there's no cameras in this section. I think it's only when you enter the first door. Also, we didn't really explore down here. Got SOCOM bullets. So not much down here, but we do have a ration. I wonder if they'll call you if you head back to get all that stuff. Stun grenade. Yeah, they only give you 3. You need way more than 3. Where's the cameras? I guess they're over the door. Really? Oh, they locked the door, those bastards. Well, I guess that settles that then. We're gonna have to wing it with Metal Gear Rex, cause We got no bulletproof vest. We can't go back. I know technically you can go back later. I guess if we take the truck... I guess we can take the truck back over there and then... just use the box to have them ship us back to the warhead storage building so we can get the body armor. Because that does come in really handy for the fight against Rex. You take massive damage every time one of those missiles hits you. And the first phase isn't so bad because you can blind him with chaff. But then when he's using his eyes during the second fight, it's a lot more difficult and you need that bulletproof vest. So yeah, I guess we'll just use the box and have them ship Snake back to the warhead storage building. And then use the box to have them ship him again back to the snowfield. God damn. Alright, we got the Stinger missile launcher.
You have Stinger missiles. Now you have at least got a chance against the Hind.
Only a chance?
Well, you are not exactly evenly armed. That Hind is a monster. You have only a small chance to win, but at least it's better than no chance.
That's a pretty grim analysis, Nastasha.
To shoot down that Hind, you will have to get to a place with good visibility. Do not try to fight him in that walkway. Get up on that roof where you will have a clean shot at him.
And to think we only needed just C3. No, not even C3. We needed TNT to destroy it in Metal Gear Solid 3. We just planted some TNT and blew it up, and there went the Hind. We didn't need no fancy Stinger missile to destroy it then. Now this is just primitive game design because obviously Snake should be able to climb over this. He's a fully grown man. He should be able to climb right over those 4 boxes, but that's just game design. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. A lot of times it doesn't make sense.
Snake, I'm heading your way.
What are you talking about?
There's something I've got to ask you.
Well, what is it?
Well, you see, I'll ask you when I see you. Bye.
Wait a minute.
Sounds dodgy, Otacon. So how are you all doing today? Not much to report on the profit front. Once again, I broke even on the NFL bets, I bet. It seems like I've pretty much been breaking even in everything for like 3 months straight. And it sucks because, yeah, you don't lose any money, but you also don't make any money either. You're pretty much just standing still. You know, I've been breaking even in everything. Golf, football, no matter what I do, it always ends up right back to the same place where I started. The only small win I had was a small win in baseball and one lottery number that I got lucky with and got a bit of cash. Even though there I screwed up because I should have bet a double or triple like I planned to and then decided for whatever insane reason not to do it. So yeah, we are kind of hurting for cash at the moment.
Damn.
Which sucks because there's so much stuff that's coming out that I want to get. So many 4Ks and, games and stuff like that. Even Blu-rays. And we got no money. At least I have some rewards from Best Buy, so I could use those to get Tormented Souls 2 because I also want to play that pretty soon. And yeah, I guess I'll rent Delta once I'm finished up with Sonic Racing and send that back. And the golf this Sunday was the worst because it was the European tour at a brand new event. And I looked up the past events in that country, India. And it was Nakajima, who barely does anything the rest of the year, but he'd actually won there before, but because it was a new event, I decided not to take him. And goddamn, the guy who would have finished second, which means I could have actually won some money from him, turned out to be Nakajima. He finally did something after all these years, and I had him right there as a choice on Wednesday, and I did not take him. Man, that sucks. That's literally like 4 weeks or 5 weeks in a row that I have the second or third place finisher. These fall events are brutal. They're just completely brutal. And the one this week sucks. Like that event is garbage. The one at something Bank Open in Utah is just... It's the PGA Tour again, but it's just an awful garbage tournament. Like the field sucks and the odds are even worse. So I know basketball is starting tomorrow. Hopefully that goes better. Because football can be frustrating sometimes, and golf can be triple or even quadruple frustrating. So at least basketball is interesting to watch, even if you lose your bets. At least it's still kind of fun to watch when they're not taking endless free throws. That bugs the shit out of me. How they can rack up like 20 free throws in 3 minutes. That bugs the shit out of me. But other than that, it can be fun to watch. See, how can Otacon move the boxes and Snake couldn't? You should have been able to move them as Snake. And I'm guessing if they redid this game again, you probably would. Snake would move them himself, and then Otacon will come up behind him.
It's me, Snake.
Otacon, how'd you get here?
Well, it wasn't as dramatic as your entrance, believe me. I'm afraid of heights.
You were watching?
Yeah, I was watching. I was riding in the back of their truck. Thanks to the stealth camouflage.
How did you get up here?
The elevator, of course.
The first floor of the circular staircase was destroyed.
That's why I took the elevator.
The elevator was working?
Yeah, that's right. You're incredible. Like a movie hero or something.
Otacon looks kind of chunky in that lab coat in this version.
You're wrong. In the movies, the hero always saves the girl.
You mean
Well, I guess it's a parka, but still.
Sorry. Forget I said anything. Snake, there's something I've really got to ask you. It's why I followed you up this far. Have you ever loved someone?
That's what you came to ask?
No, I mean, I was wondering if even soldiers fall in love.
What are you trying to say?
I want to ask you, do you think love can bloom, even on a battlefield?
Yeah, I do. I think at any time, any place, people can fall in love with each other. But if you love someone, you have to be able to protect them.
I think so too.
I have a favor to ask.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, it'll be easy.
I told you before I don't want to hurt anyone.
I don't want you to either.
Okay.
The elevator is stopped down there. I want you to get it to move. You see?
That's weird.
It was working before, but now it isn't.
Maybe the panel's broken.
Can you fix it?
It was working before. If it's the mechanism, leave it to me.
I've got to go and swat a noisy fly.
Okay. I'll stay here and hold the fort. Good luck.
You really look like hell. Are you okay?
Don't worry. If I do this, it doesn't matter. I just pretend like I'm not here, and then I'm not scared.
Strange logic. I'm counting on you.
So that conversation has been memed to hell and mocked pretty much all around gaming circles for like decades now, but I don't know, Otacon is just awkward. That's just the way he is. But you get what he's trying to say. The funny thing is, I remember when they were doing the promo for Twin Snakes, and they were doing like, oh, Snake versus Ocelot, Snake versus Meryl, Snake versus Mantis, and Snake versus Otacon. And it's just this conversation of them talking.
It looks like Liquid really wants to have a showdown with you. I'm looking at Mei Ling's digitally enhanced satellite images right now.
Snake, he's waiting for you. He's just circling around like a buzzard.
I hope everyone's enjoying the live broadcast.
Sorry, Snake. Wish I could do something to help.
Snake, I don't like it. Please don't go up to the roof.
I have to. I can't run from this one.
And the way that conversation is framed, you'd almost think Otacon was talking about him. You know, there's some chemistry there between Snake and Otacon. You know what I mean. But no, Otacon's just an awkward guy, and he's not really good with feelings, as we'll see in Metal Gear Solid 2. Kind of similar to Snake in that regard, except Otacon's source of insecurity is different from Snake's. Snake's is just from being betrayed and being isolated all these years. Otacon is more like his family stuff. Which is funny because once you realize who his family actually is, like who his father was, a lot of the stuff is not on him. A lot of stuff that happened with his family is definitely not on Otacon himself. It's on Huey Emmerich, his father. Like, not to do a lot of big spoilers for future games, but his father was a complete piece of shit. His father was basically what Hinako's father is right now in Silent Hill F, which I'm playing. Just completely worthless as a human being. And in the case of here, it's not an exaggeration to say Huey actually almost started World War III, so he was really, really bad, even by Metal Gear standards. He was a total scumbag. But unfortunately, a lot of the guilt for what's happened with his family is falling on Otacon's shoulder, even when it doesn't. He shouldn't really be dealing with that. Because it's not his fault, it's his father's. It's Huey's fault. He was a scumbag who broke their family apart, but no, Otacon takes all that stuff up on him. Is there another camera? Better throw one just in case. Now once you have the Stinger missiles, and you can get a good lock on them, you can actually shoot them down with the Stinger missiles. You don't need to use chaff grenades for them. But since you only have a few missiles right here, you want to make sure that you have enough for the fight, so take care of Liquid first and then use the missiles to take out the grenades. There they are. I was wondering if they were going to show up. Needless to say, this is a lot easier on Twin Snakes, and you can just aim upwards with the sniper rifle and take them all out, or even use the handgun if you want. If you're that good of a shot, you can just use the regular handgun. The SOCOM will take them out just as quickly as Stinger missiles will. So it's really only a problem here in this one because you're limited. You're so limited by how far up you can aim and how far up the camera goes. See, we got more chaff grenades, but if we leave some Stinger missiles from the fight with Liquid, you can actually use them to take out all the cameras. And I think you only need to use one per section. You know, one missile takes out all three of the cameras, so you don't have to waste a lot of them. Yeah, each one will take out several cameras, so you can really just use 3 missiles or 4 to take them out. But you want to do so after the fight with Liquid to make sure you have enough ammo left for this. Because if you can't get any more Stinger missiles, you're screwed.
after that Hind now?
Yeah.
I can still hear the sound of its rotors. It's just circling the tower. He must be waiting for you.
Yeah, well, you won't hear it for much longer.
Good. In the meantime, I'll fix the elevator so you can use it later.
Alright, here we go.
So, the snake's finally come out of his home. Are you ready now, my brother?
Why are you calling me brother? Who the hell are you?
I'm you. I'm your shadow.
What?
Ask the father that you killed. I'll send you to hell to meet him.
I like how Snake just growls at him for a moment there.
Snake, are you okay? Do it for me, Snake.
Now I'm doing it for myself.
Liquid means to bring this to an end now. He obviously planned this.
Maybe the broken elevator was all part of the trap.
You mean he fiddled with the elevator to get me out on the roof?
You'll have to destroy that Hind, Snake. You can see the Hind on your radar screen. Even if you lose visual contact, you can always check his position by radar.
Your best chance is to hit him while he is circling. When his nose isn't pointed at you, that is your opening. Shove a Stinger missile up his butt.
Ass, Natasha. Nastasha, you can say ass. You're an adult now.
That machine gun can rip you to shreds in seconds. When it is facing in your direction, you'd better hide in the shadows up there.
Damn, I forgot which was the coded button for a moment.
You cannot move while operating your Stinger missiles. Focus your sights on that bird as soon as it shows its tail. When its gun turret is aimed at you, quickly hide in the shadows. Use your R1 button effectively.
So you can't really blind them with chaff, but you can keep track of him on the radar. So you can see that a purple dot right there. So you can also keep track of him there using the missile's aiming system. You want to keep it locked on though, because if you don't keep it locked in, it's pretty easy to miss him. You can also shoot from around the corners too. The missiles are guided, so they do target him pretty effectively. The other thing you want to watch out for is this debris, because you can't hit him through the debris. So you want to make sure you have a clear shot on him. Damn, you got me. Overall, it's a pretty easy fight. Might be harder on Extreme or European Extreme mode, where the weapons do a lot of damage, but over here, normal and hard is actually pretty easy. Even on hard mode. Being able to lock in and out using the R1 button actually comes in really handy. You can also swerve the missiles like that also. It doesn't have to be a direct shot. Yeah, Liquid may be a pretty great pilot, but he's not much of a combat pilot though. Oh, this, you wanna take shelter behind here because he's gonna send missiles. Those do a ton of damage. So just hide behind the block right over here, whatever this thing is. Yeah, he's gonna start to get more desperate now. That's why you want to keep the rations equipped. Yep, just shoot and move. Just stick. As long as you keep this block right here between you and him, it's pretty easy to take him down. And sometimes he'll go under.
Hind is equipped with infrared and night vision equipment. It can fly even in pitch darkness. But there's one thing. Only a handful of pilots in the world could operate a Hind in a blizzard like this. The IR and night...
You'll have to destroy...
Yeah, so he's beneath the building now, but he'll surface pretty soon. And it's still pretty easy to hit him. That's where being able to curve the missiles comes in really handy, because you can just hit him from behind the debris or behind that block in the middle. And you can keep track of him using your aiming. Be sure not to hit it too close to Snake though. Yep, there he is underneath. Thinking he can fool us, but we see him. Of course, given what we find out much later on, you have to question how much effort Liquid is really putting to this fight in the first place. I don't think he's giving it 100%. You know what I mean? I think he's just testing Snake at the moment. This is not the actual showdown he wants with him. Because Snake is at an obvious disadvantage here, so it's not really a test of equals at this point. Even though Snake's kicking his ass, but still. I think Liquid obviously wants more for their ultimate showdown, so I think this is just a test. Just to see if Snake is really all he's cracked up to be. And if he fails, then Liquid proceeds with a different plan. He's almost done. You can tell also when he's about to lower because the music goes really quiet. And then it shoots back up. This is a hell of a lot more enjoyable than the helicopter fight in Siphon Filter, I tell you that. That fight drove me crazy. It's actually why I stopped playing Siphon Filter. I was having fun playing it until we got to that fight, which I hadn't played in several years, and it was just impossible. I literally could not beat it, so that was the end of that playthrough for the PS1 game. I was playing it on my PS4, but it's just that helicopter fight is impossible unless you have enough ammo, which I did not. Alright, there we go. He's done. It's over. He's gonna shoot one more barrage of missiles. We should not have taken that hit from him right there, because once we finish with the boss fight, he actually heals up, so Snake actually gets his health back, so we should have saved that, taken cover. Man, this was so epic when I was first playing it on PS1. I don't think anybody had seen a game like this before, right? Even though it's short. Like somebody once called it the ultimate rental from Blockbuster. For the weekend. Just spend the whole weekend playing Metal Gear Solid 1.
See you in hell, Liquid. That takes care of the cremation.
Snake just has to get in his one-liner, doesn't it? There we go. See, we would have healed versus Hind-D.
Snake, the elevator's working.
You fixed it?
No, that's the weird thing. It just moved by itself. It's headed your way now.
Is that so? Okay.
That explosion before, what was it?
Oh, I had to take out that helicopter.
Helicopter? That's incredible, Snake.
Listen, I just want to make sure again. This is the way to get to where Metal Gear is being stored?
Yeah. The entrance to the underground maintenance base is towards the back of the snowfield ahead.
Okay. Find a safe place to hide out for a while. I'm going underground.
I know. You don't have to tell me.
And stay out of my way. Don't try to be a hero or anything.
Okay. Call me if you need to.
Got it, Snake. Damn, he destroyed everything, so we don't even have the ration left. Or the ammo that was here. But we still have... We have 4 Stinger missiles left, so... We can destroy those cameras now. Yeah, because I'd rather not use the chaff grenades since we're going to need them for the snowfield for one of the rooms there. I don't think you can use the Nikita missiles, but I'm gonna give it a shot just to see what happens.
My God! You actually shot down that Hind!
You're the one who said I could do it with a Stinger. You didn't really think I had a chance, did you?
It's not that. Well, after all, that Hind shot down 2 F-16s. It is hard to believe that after doing that, it got taken out by just one man.
Oh, she doesn't say nicely going, Snake, here, like she does in the American version.
As long as the strategy of nuclear deterrence continues, nuclear weapons may be reduced, but they will never be eliminated. If you think about it, nuclear reduction does not mean much without elimination as the ultimate goal. I used to work in the DIA. I figured the only way to achieve nuclear elimination was to work from the inside to convince them of the ineffectiveness of the deterrence theory.
Seems like you're pretty focused on that issue.
Victims of nuclear radiation are a sad thing to see, and I have seen a lot of it. I have seen more than enough of it. I was born and raised in Pripyat, Ukraine. I was 10 years old on that day, April 26, 1986.
You don't mean...
Yes, Chernobyl. That is the day that changed my life and thousands of other lives. I live just 3 kilometers north of there. 600,000 to 700,000 people were evacuated. Over 650,000 children suffered the effects of radiation poisoning. Between 1986 and 1993, 12,000 children died. My parents, and many others like them who helped in the cleanup, died a few years later from radiation sickness. We must rid this world of all nuclear weapons before they cause more misery, before they destroy the delicate environment that keeps us alive. I will not allow this pain and anxiety to pass on to yet another generation.
So that explains why Nastasia's so bitter about the subject. It's funny, people keep, well, at the time, people kept harping on Kojima, saying, oh, why is he constantly bringing this up? Why is he constantly bringing this up? But the thing is, nobody's really doing anything about it even today, so... He's got good reason to bring it up over and over again in his games. Because nobody's really addressing the issue, they just ignore it and pretend that if it's not there, it's gonna go away. That's pretty much a standard operating procedure now for such matters from the United States and pretty much every other country that you see. Just pretend it's not even an issue, somehow magically it'll go away. Damn, we can't hit him with the sniper rifle on this one, even if we aim. There you go. Problem solved. Cameras are gone. That region is still uninhabitable by humans. Chernobyl and is going to be so for the next couple centuries. I've seen pictures online of the elephant's foot, that whole melted mass, where it was ground zero for like the reactor meltdown. I know there's a video game series called Shadow of Chernobyl. The Stalker series, I've never played that. But they do sound interesting. I'm just not a big fan of first-person shooter games. The first time I ever heard of Chernobyl was on an X-Files episode, The Host. You know it as the one with Fluke Man in it, the infamous Fluke Man episode? I had never heard of it until then. And I had no idea what Chernobyl even was. But after watching that episode, boy, I learned quickly. And also back then, the VHS also, they didn't really have special bonus features the way DVD and Blu-ray editions do nowadays, but they did have some features sometimes, and the X-Files VHS in particular had some intros from Chris Carter going about little details from each of the episodes, and the one for Chernobyl was interesting because he went on a bit about the nuclear disaster that happened in Russia, or rather Ukraine at the time, and he explained a bit of how he got the Fluke Man idea. And then you see in the episode Motor shows pictures of some of the radiation victims and some of the animals. So even though Fluke Man was obviously a fictional creation, it's very much based in fact as to, you know, what happened there with that whole radiation and how it affects the environment around it and affects the life forms and people and creatures in it, and even the plants. So it may be a gross exaggeration of some of the facts, but it is based on fact. Like, we may not have Fluke Men in our reality, hopefully, but that whole area is still contaminated. It's going to stay contaminated for pretty much the next 200 years or so. All because of humanity. Ain't that a bitch, right? We're going to use one. I don't want to use the whole missile just to take out one camera. We're going to save one missile in case we need it for something. And we're already here at the elevator anyway. Now you're going to want to equip the thermal goggles for the next section here. And you just want to equip the FAMAS rifle for a very good reason. You'll see soon.
Why? But the elevator just started working again. If you take it all the way to the bottom of Tower B and go outside, you'll be in the snowfield. The entrance to the underground maintenance base is in the north of the snowfield.
I like how these little portraits on the codec screen have much more detail here than the 3D versions do in Metal Gear Solid 2. They're not really that expressive. The ones in the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo were expressive, oddly enough, but then they changed them for the main game, and I don't know what happened, but they became much less expressive in the actual main game. I don't know if it was an issue of saving graphical power, saving it for the environments, or they just decided to go in a different direction. But yeah, the faces were actually very expressive in the demo, and then they weren't expressive at all in the actual game, so in the codec screen, so I don't know what happened there. Something went wrong with the development of that game as far as the codec screens, but I don't think anyone knows what happened.
There's something I forgot to tell you before.
What?
There were 5 stealth camouflage prototypes in my lab.
Yeah, so?
If you take out the one I'm wearing, that leaves 4.
Hey, this isn't first grade math class.
I thought I'd get one for you. So I went back to the lab and...
Yeah?
The 4 suits were missing. Also, about the elevator that I checked out, it's really strange. It was like someone was intentionally holding it.
When you were riding on it, did the weight limit warning go off?
That's another thing that bothered me about it. The warning went off, and I know I couldn't be over the limit.
How much do you weigh?
About 135, but that elevator had a weight limit of 650 pounds.
It would take at least 5 people to go over that limit.
Look out, Snake! The guys who stole my stealth prototypes are in there with you!
He kind of looks like James Spader from Stargate in that close-up shot.
They're using stealth camouflage. You can't see them, so listen closely. Use your ears.
How does that stealth technology work? Is it optic or chemical? Do you know, Snake?
Ask the person who invented it. He should know.
I wonder how the chemical stealth would work according to Naomi. That seems rather unique. I've never heard of that.
I can't see them. What should I do?
Oh. Stealth camouflage works by bending the light around an object. That's how it makes them invisible. But it doesn't have the ability to mask heat. Use your thermal goggles, Snake. You'll be able to see their heat signatures.
Yeah, so if you didn't pick up the thermal goggles or pretty much the thermal goggles, the Colonel will give you a nice inspirational speech about how you can do it just by sight and hearing. But we do have the goggles, so we can just kill them. You want to hold down X so you can run and shoot at the same time. Otherwise, they can get some shots in on you. And you can always see where they are. Yeah, if you run in circles like that, it's pretty easy to hit them. There we go. They're wearing a lot of body armor, god damn. Oh, this guy's still alive. Not anymore. What a sigh of relief from Snake. Also, it's funny because in the GameCube version, since the voice acting is kind of mediocre, the camera zooms in on Otacon, it pans up to his face and the codec screen, but then what happens is he's not actually shouting, he's just casually telling Snake there's more guys in there. So it's this really weird imagery. It's this really weird image where Otacon is shouting at the screen visually, but then his voice sounds exactly the same as if he's talking to Snake in a normal tone. It's there's a lot of jank wrong with that one version of the game, thanks to good old Silicon Knights. They sucked. Like, I guess there are 2 great contributions to gaming culture were pretty much Blood Omen, which started the Legacy of Kain series, and then Eternal Darkness, the game on the GameCube. Other than that, Silicon Darkness pretty much just wasted potential all the time. They had so much they could have done and they accomplished nothing. God damn, camera got me. Yeah, Silicon Knights story is just one huge, long tale of wasted potential. Okay, so we have 2 cardboard boxes. We have cardboard box A, we have cardboard box B, but unfortunately it's in Japanese, so I'm gonna have to look up which one is A and which one is B, so we can get back to the nuclear warhead storage building. But we can do that later. Right now we have another boss fight. 2 great boss fights, one after the other. Kojimo's not playing around. Yeah, I think I might look it up while they're talking on the codec just to see which one is which, because I do not remember at all. We need the one for the warhead storage building to get back, and then we need the one for the snowfield to get back here. But I do not remember which one is which. So I'm gonna have to look that up while they're talking on the codec call.
Snake, are you okay?
Otacon, were there any other stealth prototypes?
No, there were only 5.
So, this isn't stealth camouflage then.
What are you talking about?
Someone's aiming at me in the middle of this blizzard.
It's her!
Wolf? Sniper Wolf?
Yes, it's her. It's definitely her.
Otacon, you sound like you're happy.
No, I'm not.
So then what is it?
Snake, please don't kill her.
Are you insane?
Please. She's a good person. You'd know that if you talked to her.
Listen to me, kid. She's a merciless killer.
I can see you perfectly from here. I told you, I'd never quit the hunt. Now you're mine.
Wolf, no, you can't.
Don't get between a wolf and its prey.
You're pretty good if you can hit me in this storm.
You see, women naturally make better soldiers.
Wolf, don't do this.
Snake, I'm near. Can't you sense me near you?
It's a mistake for a sniper to reveal her location.
Is that right? Well, I'm going to send you a love letter, my dear. Do you know what that is? It's a bullet straight from my gun to your heart.
Please, Wolf. Snake, no!
Quiet! Don't get in our way.
Now I'm gonna pay you back for Meryl.
You men are so weak. You can never finish what you start.
So she sounds so evil there, but I think she's baiting him intentionally, because once you learn about her background, you realize she wanted him to kill her. So yeah, she's sounding that evil intentionally on purpose, just to give him that extra motivation for him to shoot her. And poor Otacon's just caught in the middle. He has no idea what's going on, as usual.
It's Sniper Wolf. You can only shoot at her with your PSG-1.
Snake, Wolf is hiding somewhere in that snowfield. First you'll have to find out where she is.
She should come out of hiding briefly to shoot at you.
Snake also has a different line in the GameCube version about her to Otacon. Something like, that woman isn't as sweet as you think. It's just, there's some line changes there that I guess we're closer to the Japanese translation than the ones here, but just don't sound right after years of hearing them different, you know? They just don't sound right compared to the original ones.
Where can I find ammo for the PSG-1?
I can't tell you.
So yeah, Otacon's whining a bit, but you also gotta give it to him also taking a stand, which he has not done so until this point in the game.
Sniper Wolf. It is pretty unusual for a sniper to announce their presence before they shoot. She must have a real thing for you. Anyway, I do not think it is going to be as easy as before.
And the telltale sign that she wants Snake to kill her is the fact that she could have killed him right there if she really wanted to. She had a clear aim at him, at his head, and instead she shot at the sneaking suit, which is presumably armored. So she had a chance to kill him, and she chose not to. So that's a pretty clear sign that she's not really all that serious about killing him.
Come on, Snake, you can do it.
It's just a game.
The most important tools you need to be...
Okay, Master Miller has nothing new to say. Now, this fight is a little more difficult than the original one, but not by much. It's still pretty much the same strategy. Use the PSG-1, use the thermal goggles, and just take some diazepam and find her. The only hard part is actually just determining where she is. God damn, come on. There she is. Got her. Yeah, once you lock onto her, it's pretty easy to shoot her. Don't take too many shots though. Make sure you have enough left for her. Damn, we missed 4 times there. Oh, and make sure you keep taking the diazepam, otherwise it's easy for Snake's hand to tremble and you lose your aim. There we go. Yep, it's almost not even challenging at this point. As long as we have that diazepam. Now if we lose it, then it becomes an issue. I think just 2 more. Maybe 3. I like that Snake reloads automatically. Oh, it was just 1. There we go. We got an increased lifespan. A life bar, whatever. Versus Sniper Wolf. Then Otacon has nothing to say. Yep. Hey, Snake did what he had to do, man.
Looks like Wolf is down. Now get to Metal Gear's underground base on the double.
So, you beat Wolf, huh? She was a fool to use the same tactics that failed her in your first meeting. But remember, don't let down your guard until you've got a confirmed kill.
If we do not drastically reduce the number of stockpiled nuclear weapons, it is going to become easier and easier for terrorists to get their hands on them. That means more terrorist attacks like this one. There was some talk about both sides reducing their nuclear stockpiles to a core deterrent force of less than 500 missiles each, and declaring that there would be no nuclear counterstrike in the event of the use of conventional or chemical weapons. But talks fell through. It seems that America is unwilling to relinquish its position as the most powerful country in the world.
Yep, and now there's constant talk of using nuclear weapons on the battlefield, so nothing ever changes, right? There's a little Easter egg here. There it is. For Liquid. Let's see if he comments on it before going over to Wolf. Oh no, he heads straight over there. It's interesting how she tells him she's a lung shot. That he can't save her even though...
Waited for this moment.
You know, even though it was intentional, like...
I am a sniper.
She seems to have a view of him that he's some noble hero, almost. Despite her words earlier.
Never moving a muscle. Concentrating. I am long shot. You cannot save me. Please. Just finish me quick.
That PS1 blood mist right there.
I am a Kurd. I have always dreamed of a peaceful place like this.
A Kurd? So that's why you're called Wolf.
I was born on the battlefield. Raised on the battlefield. Gunfire, sirens, and screams. They were my lullabies. Hunted like dogs, day after day. Driven from our ragged shelters. That was my life. Each morning I'd wake up and find a few more of my family or friends dead beside me. I'd stare at the morning sun and pray to make it through the day. The governments of the world turned a blind eye to our misery. But then, he appeared. My hero. Saladin. He took me away from all that.
Saladin? You mean Big Boss?
I became a sniper. Hidden. Watching everything through a rifle's scope. Now I could see war. Not from inside, but from the outside. As an observer. I watched the brutality, the stupidity of mankind through the scope of my rifle. I joined this group of revolutionaries to take my revenge on the world. But I have shamed myself and my people. I am no longer the wolf I was born to be. In the name of vengeance, I sold my body and my soul. Now I am nothing more than a dog.
Wolves are noble animals. They're not like dogs. In Yupik, the word for wolf is Keglanek, and the Aleuts revere them as honorable cousins. They call mercenaries like us dogs of war. It's true. We're all for sale at some price or another. But you're different. Untamed. Solitary. You're no dog. You're a wolf.
Who are you? Are you Saladin?
Wolf. You spared Meryl's life.
She was never my real target. I don't kill for sport.
Rest easy. You'll die as the proud wolf you are.
I finally understand. I wasn't waiting to kill people. I was waiting for someone to kill me. A man like you. You're a hero. Please, set me free.
Why? Why? I loved you. What is it?
My gun. Give it to me. She's part of me. Everyone's here now. Okay, hero. Set me free.
Goodbye.
Snake, you said that love could bloom on the battlefield. But I couldn't save her. What are you doing?
Returning it to its owner. I don't need a handkerchief.
Why?
I don't have any more tears to shed. I'm going to the underground base. We're out of time.
I know.
You'll have to protect yourself now. Don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
If I can't stop Metal Gear, this whole place will probably be bombed to hell.
Yeah.
We might not meet again.
I'll hang on to my codec. I want to keep helping.
You can leave anytime. Get a head start. A head start on your new life.
Snake! What was she fighting for? What am I fighting for? What are you fighting for?
If we make it through this, I'll tell you.
Okay, I'll be searching too.
Yeah, so when I was a kid, I had no idea what a curd was, so that all went completely over my head. I also thought Saladin might have been Big Boss's name. I didn't realize it was the name of a mythical Middle Eastern hero. I forget what ethnicity he was, or I think it was a man that really existed, but he's become like this mythical hero to people in the area. I had no idea about any of that whatsoever. So that was all new to me. Also, in the Twin Snakes remake, they kind of made Otacon more pathetic there. He kind of like stumbles. Or we're bringing her the sniper rifle, which I did not like because it made it seem even more pathetic. I'm trying to look up where the cardboard box C is in Metal Gear Solid 1. Let's see. Cardboard box A. Yeah, because we need that. We need cardboard box C. Oh, the snowfield, left top room. Yeah, I think it's in the level 6 card, so we should be able to get it. So we should be able to go back. Yeah, that all went way over my head when I was young. I didn't realize what any of that meant. Yeah, this was so sad when I first played this game. The music still hits, but now that we've had quite a few years to adjust to it, it's not nearly as sad as it was before.
A sad story. We shouldn't have turned our backs on the Kurds after the Gulf War.
Listen, we're not responsible for her choices. Everyone decides their own fate, no matter where they were born. Words like fate, karma, it's just an excuse for giving up if you ask me.
I don't agree with you. Maybe if she hadn't been born on a battlefield, she might have had a happier, more fulfilling life. She might not have turned into a killer.
They both got a point. Yeah, you can decide your own fate, but only within certain limitations. And the US does have a reputation for turning its back on pretty much every one of its allies. Like, it never honors a single agreement it makes. And that goes back way long period of time, like centuries. The US has literally broken every treaty it's ever made at one point or another, so it's definitely not an honorable ally at all in any capacity. That's just the way war actually works in the real world. Very few countries actually honor their agreements, especially the military part of them. It's one thing to not honor a trade agreement or something like that, but to turn your back on a military agreement, which is what a lot of countries, especially the US, do constantly, yeah, that's a whole other level of dishonest and, scumbaggery that probably shouldn't exist, but it does.
Master, you and I, we're nothing more than dogs, are we?
That's not like you, Snake. Don't let what Sniper Wolf said bother you. Listen, there's not a soldier alive that doesn't question himself. And if there is one, he's nothing more than a murderer. But someone like Wolf, a soldier who's looking for nothing more than their own death, is no good to anyone either. Once she started to look for death, it was all over. That's how you'll end up too, Snake.
I wonder if that applies to Liquid and Ocelot. Do they have regrets? Do they question themselves? What about Vulcan Raven, who comes from a more enlightened background? You know, tribal elder, presumably, well-educated, etc. What about him? Does he question what he does?
The entrance to the underground maintenance base is in the north of the snowfield. I'll be watching, Snake.
Yeah, what doubts do they have? So the wolves won't bother you in this area. I don't think, unless you attack them directly, which you should not. See if we can find that box. You always want to take a look in thermal goggles here just to make sure there's no mines planted in them, because I believe there is one room that is absolutely full of mines on the ground, so you do not want to step on it accidentally and blow yourself up. You want to make sure you take a quick look at it just in case there are some mines there. There's another level 6 room. Maybe that one's the one with the box in it. Let's take a look at this.
Huh? Colonel, listen to me. I found a parachute near the wreckage of the Hind.
A parachute? You don't think that Liquid survived?
Impossible. As soon as he jumped out of the pilot's seat, he'd be sliced up faster than an onion on an infomercial.
So what's that parachute doing there then?
I have no idea.
A trap?
Either that, or a message. To me.
Meaning I'm not dead, I suppose.
Maybe. But I think it's more like I'll string you up.
Well, in any case, don't let your guard down.
I won't.
I like how Naomi looks troubled there. Like something about the whole Liquid Snake dynamic troubles her quite a bit. Which, as we'll see later, is slightly hypocritical of her, but she does seem to be genuinely troubled by how much Liquid actually hates his brother. Also, they replaced that line in the GameCube remake with he'd be mad to try to escape by copter or something like that. Or he'd be mad to try to escape jumping out of a helicopter, which I prefer the Onion line because it shows more character in Snake. The other one is just like a generic line that anybody would say. This one actually shows more character on Snake's part. So I actually prefer the Onion on an infomercial line here, even though, you know, ooh, I'm glad we didn't rush in there. Even though it might sound laughable to some people, but yeah, that's what infomercials used to do. Nowadays, they're all about Viagra and medical drugs, but before, it used to be about food products that you could use in your home. So I actually liked that at the time. That's what would have been on infomercials in 1998, you know? We're not going to be discussing drugs and erectile dysfunction drugs and all this shit and weird inventions from tech bros and all this garbage that now populates infomercials. It would have been more stuff like food based. Okay, so it is not there. You'll notice there's a level 7 door which we cannot access just yet. Is it that one? Let's see if box is in here. Nope. Nothing in here. Where's that damn box? Level 1, it's not here. Oh, what is that? I do not remember what that is. There's no mines. I have no idea what that is. Maybe that's the box? Yep, there it is. Cardboard box C. We got it. So now we can safely travel back and forth between the snowfield and the nuclear warhead storage building. I was gonna wait to see and do it on my own, but I think we should try it now. Just give it a whirl. Let's see what it does. There's no boxes there either. I mean, there's no mines in here. Let's grab that Nikita ammo, even though we don't really need it because we don't use a Nikita launcher, but whatever, it's more free ammo. This is the way forward. And let's see what this one is. Oh yeah, we can't access that one just yet. That one is a bunch of Stinger missiles which you'll need for the Metal Gear Rex fight. You can do without them, but it's easier to just get them there. You can see there's no cameras in here. And the reason there's no cameras is because it's full of mines everywhere. Look at that. Look at all those mines. So we gotta crawl in this one. Just grab all those claymores. Some diazepam, which we don't need anymore. Alright, there we go. We cleared the snowfield. Now let's see if this works. We should probably save just in case this trick screws something up.
In China, they say, it's better to live ugly than to die beautiful. I think it's true. Once you're dead, you'll never have another chance to be happy. I can't understand people who want to die before their time. Please, Snake, promise me that you'll come back alive.
That's true. She did have a choice to pursue a more fulfilling life. I think part of it was Big Boss too. Because the young Big Boss probably would have just taken her back to America and given her a more secure, safer life. I think unfortunately the one that reached her was the older Big Boss, who was already jaded and bitter. And so he just took her to what he knows. He just, well, he's a soldier. All the guys around him are soldiers, including Ocelot. Miller's a soldier. Everyone he knows is a soldier. Well then, Gray Fox, you know, so I guess she'll become a soldier then. Just like her idol, but I think the younger Big Boss would have actually helped her out a lot more than the other one did. The other one kind of turned her into a weapon. Or at the very least, he just decided, oh, well, you know, that's what I know, so I guess that's what I'll teach her. But yeah, I think if maybe she had been found by the younger Big Boss, or a less jaded, less cynical Big Boss, it would have turned out better for her. So they're all at fault. Let's use the, I think it's this one, cardboard box B. Let's see if that works. I think you have to wait a bit. I'm not sure how long you have to wait. Let's see. Yeah, how long does it take to fast travel with the boxes? Funny, it's giving me boxes for Metal Gear Solid 3, not 1. Yeah, I wonder if there's like a time limit or something like that that you have to use. Maybe you can't use it as soon as maybe you can't use it as soon as the boss fight. Maybe you actually have to wait a bit before using it. I'm scrolling down. See, you can traverse Shadow Moses using the enemy truck, but it doesn't tell you how long you have to wait. Maybe we gotta come back later. Let's see Metal Gear Solid cardboard box fast travel. Let's see if that tells us exactly what we need to do. Yeah, it just says climb in the back. So I don't know, I think we might just have to come back here later when we... Let's see. Yeah, just jump at the back of the truck and equip a box. Sit there and don't touch the controls, so... Yeah, I'm guessing we have to come back later. Yeah, I don't think it works right after the boss fight. I think you have to come back later, so... When we come back to open that door and get all those Stinger missiles, we'll use the box and get the bulletproof vest, because we don't really need it for Vulcan Raven. With that fight, you have no choice but to sneak around and avoid the gunfire, because he can really tear you to shreds very easily. So you don't really need it for that one. You need it mainly for the Rex fight. So when we come back to open this door, that's when I'll use the box and go back to the Warhead building and get the bulletproof vest. We don't need it right now, so we're just gonna ignore it. Let me make sure there's no mines in here. Okay. Just checking. Because I have not played this game in a long time. Oh, and your rations can freeze also.
Your sea rations are frozen? Never eat frozen sea rats. It'll cause a temperature imbalance that'll drain your strength. Make sure you warm those seas before you eat them.
Good thing we're going to a warmer place soon. A much warmer place. Now this is normally where we change disc on the PS1, but since we're on the PS5, no disc change needed. We can just head straight down to the furnace. I wonder if it gives you the little menu, or if it just heads straight down. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's cool. They kept a little menu there. Oh, look at that. They got an animation and everything. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. I've never seen the Metal Gear Solid Integral disc ever, so that's new to me. Seeing that little cover there. Okay, so when we come back, we're going to see that menu again. Nice. Yep, there we are. The blast furnace. I think we're going to stop just short of the Vulcan Raven fight. Because that should give us I don't want to have 3 boss fights in one video. That should give us enough time we need to get everything done next time.
The entrance to the underground base is further below. There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
So you can see there's a guy right over there. You want to hide before he notices you. Normally we trank him, but since this is Metal Gear Solid 1 and we don't have a trank gun, we're just gonna kill him. Because he's not worth the time and effort. He'll see you if you try to cross over there. It's just one guy. It won't affect our ranking too much. So you have that dude over there. Luckily the guards below cannot see you. But you can see them right over there. You want to crawl here so you don't attract their attention. Because otherwise it'll make noisy footsteps when Snake is running across on the grate. So you want to crawl right there.
Snake, look at your sea rations. They're frozen. You can't use frozen sea rats.
Until they defrost, you won't be able to replenish your energy. Be very careful.
They'll defrost in a warm place. Probably just your bare skin would be fine.
Yeah, so if you stay there in that warm place, in the blast furnace for a few minutes, they'll defrost easily.
The elevator is stopped at a lower floor and it won't come up. Is there some way to get to an elevator that will take me down further?
Well, there is one, but
Where?
can you see to the west of the blast furnace? You see that crane? I think if you go down those steps, you'll get to the other side.
Did you ever see anyone actually go down there?
No, but I've seen mice go there.
Do I look like a mouse to you?
Be careful of that crane, too.
So you can actually destroy the crane. And that'll make things much easier, but that'll cause a whole bunch of ruckus there. Now of course in Twin Snakes you can just hang over the railing and jump down. You don't need to worry about that at all. But we are not in Twin Snakes, so we gotta try it the long way.
What is it, Snake? Don't forget to save your memories of me too.
Can't save memories even on that system of yours. Memories are fragile things. After you reduce them to binary numbers and send them through the air, they're not memories anymore.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. There's nothing my system can't do.
Memories aren't just sounds and pictures. They exist somewhere between the sounds, between the picture.
I don't get it. Anything can be done digitally.
If that's true, why don't you go ahead and try to say what I'm thinking right now?
I can't save that type of thing. You have to put it into words at least.
That's right. And that's what memories are. Wordless.
I don't know about that.
No matter how far data technology advances, you'll never be able to penetrate the human heart.
You're wrong. It's just a matter of time.
But first you have to try to understand human emotions, Mei Ling.
And how do I do that?
You have to allow yourself to fall in love with someone.
So Snake is quite a bit of a philosopher. That's why I think he's not really as bad as as Mantis says he is. I think that was more Mantis projecting his own personality onto him, his own problems. Yeah, you notice there might be a guard down there, which is why you can't that's why you can't easily use the sniper rifle to kill the guards, because if they hear you, if one hears you, they'll be all over you. You want to make sure you only move when that thing is still, otherwise it will knock you off course. The funny thing is Snake could have just clung manually to the side. He didn't have to do that whole sneaking across thing. He could have just manually clung to it and probably shimmied his way across. I guess maybe he just doesn't want to risk slipping. But that just seems like it will be much easier to slip if you're trying to stay on that little ledge. So I think canon-wise, he probably just jumped down from the railing. I don't think he actually went through all that trouble of passing the crane and all that bullshit. I think he just dropped down and risked it. Because either way, like if you fall down wrong and break your ankle, you're pretty much finished. They'll capture you. But if you fall into the lava, you'll be scorched and you'll be disintegrated, so you'll be in even worse shape. So it's probably better to just risk being captured and falling into that molten pit and you're just disintegrated. Alright, he's going over there. God damn it. God damn, now we gotta start all over again. I told you. We should have just killed him with the sniper rifle. We should have just killed him with the sniper rifle. But at least it lets us view this nice little artwork they have here, even if we don't understand the word they're saying. And of course you start at the beginning.
There's a cargo. There's a car.
I think I might just risk shooting him with the sniper rifle just to get him out of the way. This guy we can kill by himself. But he has to be within range. Let's see if we can reach him. Nah, we can't reach him at all. We can't even see him.
The elevator.
Yeah, you have no idea how handy that, you know, that ability comes in until you don't have it. You know, being able to actually stand up and aim with the sniper rifle, or kneel down and aim with the sniper rifle. It's not until you go back and play this game that you realize how crucial it is. Because once it's gone, you appreciate it a whole lot more. Yeah, you don't want to move when it's pushing forward. You want to move when it's pushing back. And you want to stop just short of the crane. Because if you risk getting up while it's still there, you will fall into that lava and burn up. It's over. Let's see, can we get him now? Nope. We still can't aim through the grate. So we gotta go back and... I think we have to wait until he comes back on this side. Yeah, he's right over there. When he's going on this side below the bridge, that's when we move. And you don't need to go into the area with all the steam just yet, because you're gonna have to do that later for the key card. God damn it, come on. Really? Let's see if we can get him now. You think it'll work? Nope. We still can't kill that son of a bitch. Come on. Goddamn sniper rifle. With its shitty limitations. Where is he? Oh, all the way over there? He's literally right there, but we can't hit him. We can't hit him because the sniper rifle won't aim up or down, only straight. That sucks. He's literally right there. And of course he doesn't cross the bridge. He just stays right there. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go all the way over here. And when he comes this way, we're gonna shoot him with the sniper rifle. Yeah, we're just gonna go right over here. When he walks this way, we're gonna shoot him. Just get rid of him permanently. Here he comes. Got him. That takes care of one issue. And you can see the rations are defrosted again, so you don't need to worry about that. The natural heat will make sure they get defrosted. Alright, so let's move. We got rid of that guy. He will be back, but we can just shoot him again with the sniper rifle. Yeah, there's an area here that has a lot of steam, but we can come in there with later on once we have another key card. How many guards have we killed? Maybe like 12 in all? 13? I don't think we've killed a lot, so we shouldn't have that bad of a ranking. I think we've only killed a few so far. And of course the elevator's automatically coming up to us. That's never a great sign because that means someone's waiting for us down there. Oh yeah, this is where we have the other group of guys ambush us. So let's prepare that FAMAS.
Snake, the elevator won't move unless you push the switch. There's a control panel, right? Get closer and press the action button.
We know, Otacon. You don't have to tell us. Dumbass.
Metal gear is straight down. Better move it. There's no time. The terrorists are ready to launch.
Negotiations are all finished.
The government can't cave into terrorist demands.
But they're threatening to launch a nuclear weapon.
They've made their final decision.
Why is the White House being so inflexible? Colonel, is there still something you're hiding from me?
Snake, please. Just concentrate on stopping them, okay?
Of course there is. He's always hiding things from us. Yeah, let's get rid of these guys before we go down there.
There he is!
Look at these badasses wanting to be a hero.
Snake, blow away all the bad guys, or you're not gonna be able to get out of there and get to the underground base.
Oh, Nastasha's not available.
Naturally, in an enclosed room, your motion is limited. But that doesn't mean that you should stand still and become a human target. You can win if you watch how your enemy moves and then cleverly counter it.
Snake, there's nowhere to hide in that elevator. You'll have to fight.
It would be nice if you could contact Deep Throat and ask him for advice instead of just him contacting you like 3 times in the whole game. God damn. Incidentally, the last few bullets, you can see the last 3 bullets of those are tracer bullets. They will trace the path of the enemy. And if you have the infinite bandana from one of the enemies, you can use it to get infinite tracer bullets as long as you don't reload your rifle. That's a trick I learned from one of those old jam-packed PlayStation demos on the PS1. I miss those demos. They had all sorts of cool things on their videos, demos, gameplay tips and stuff like that that a lot of stuff doesn't really have nowadays. We barely get demos, never mind videos and gameplay tips and stuff like that, tips and tricks. That's a whole era of gaming that's pretty much been lost with modern implementation. I believe there are some mines over there. Oh yeah, there's a few. Now, obviously, in the GameCube remake, if you had the handgun, you can just shoot them. If you have handgun ammo, you don't need to do all the whole crawling, but you can just shoot them. It's only in this one where they're in actual danger. So that's a ration, but should we take it? We probably should. Because we'll heal after the boss fight, but we might as well go in there with at least 60% health. So we might as well take it. And then if we get more Stinger missiles, we can also knock out that camera over there. Oh, you can see a flicker there. God damn it. Really? You know what? Fuck you, camera. Fuck you. We probably needed that Stinger missile for Vulcan Raven, but I guess we'll use the Nikita. I forgot that's the one boss fight you can actually use them in. You know, besides the switchboard, that's the one purpose the Nikita missiles have. The switchboard and and those 3 guys on the bridge that we killed before the helicopter fight. So if you kill the Ravens here, Naomi actually has some condemning words for you. And one cool thing is, Snake calls them crows. Master Miller will correct them and say they're ravens, but if you call Otacon, he'll say crows. If you call him with ravens after you've talked to Master Miller, he'll say ravens instead. So it depends on who you call first.
There are a lot of crows around here.
Those aren't crows. Those are northern ravens. The Inuit and other Native Americans worship northern ravens as creator deities. Some say that ravens have the power to predict death. The great poet Marlowe wrote about them in the 16th century. Thus, like the sad presaging raven that tolls the sick man's passport in her hollow beak, and in the shadow of the silent night doth shake contagion from her sable wings.
That's pretty gloomy, Master.
By the way...
What?
I've got something to tell you about Naomi Hunter.
What about her?
Is this conversation secure?
Don't worry, the monitor's off.
Okay.
What's up?
I was in the FBI too, you know.
I didn't know that. What's your point?
Dr. Hunter's story about her background, about her grandfather being an assistant secretary to Hoover in the FBI.
Yeah?
And then going undercover to investigate the Mafia in New York.
Yeah, what about it?
It was all a big lie.
What did you say?
It was really bothering me. Why would she lie about it?
She lied?
She might be a spy.
Ridiculous.
Come on, even a high school student could see past it. The head of the FBI at that time, Edgar Hoover, he was a well-known racist. Didn't Naomi say that her father was Japanese?
Yeah.
Well, back then, there wasn't a single Asian investigator. Also, in the 1950s, the undercover mafia sting operations hadn't even started yet. They first started in 1960, in Chicago, not New York.
But
you better check it out. The chief and the president mysteriously dying, and that ninja? Too many strange things are happening.
are you saying that Naomi might be behind it?
I don't know. Either that, or she's working with the terrorists.
Could it be?
If I find out anything, I'll call. In the meantime, be careful.
So what's interesting about that conversation is if you don't call him first, he'll actually call you halfway and force you to have the conversation about Naomi. But then obviously, given what we know about Miller, that he was a drill instructor for Foxhound, he was probably not in the FBI. So why is he lying to Snake also? Everyone in this support team is lying to him except for Otacon. He's the only one honest among them. As you'll see in Metal Gear Solid 2, even Nastasha was lying to him half the time. Or at least maybe 25% of the time, but they're all lying to him at one point or another, except for Otacon. He's the only honest guy in this whole bunch, this whole team.
If you take that elevator down, you'll wind up in the warehouse. Metal Gear's underground maintenance base is just past there.
Ravens.
What?
There are a lot of ravens here.
There were ravens around from before, but for some reason they started to really increase in number around the same time that Foxhound came to the base. It's really weird. I wonder what it could mean.
That also has an infamous typo in the American version where instead of says it's really weird, it actually says it's rally weird. I wonder if they fixed that for this version or if it's something that happens if you call him first about the crows and get kind of like the wrong codec message where he also calls them crows. Maybe it's unique to that conversation.
Colonel, where's Naomi?
I'm right here, Snake. What is it?
Oh, nothing. Forget it.
Strange.
Snake, by now those terrorists have finished their launch preparations. Stop wasting time.
So that call is optional. Obviously Snake probably didn't actually call her in the actual storyline. He probably kept his doubts to himself because he knows better than to tip her off to the point that anything's wrong. So even though some of these calls you can make them and they add, you know, they add some detail to the story, but I think Snake probably didn't call the Colonel there. Story-wise, he probably kept it to himself just in case Miller was right and there's something off about Naomi, then obviously you wouldn't want the Colonel to know about it because he's right there with her. So there are some optional conversations here that you can have that probably did not happen in the actual storyline. Okay, so this is where we would normally fight Vulcan Raven, but since we're gonna save that for next time so that we don't have 3 boss fights in this video, we're gonna save right here. And what happens is once you save at this spot, you'll immediately start on your way down from the elevator, so we don't have to recover. We don't have to redo that whole section all over again. We can just start right at the entrance here.
Mei Ling, how's Naomi?
She's fine, I guess. What's up?
Oh.
What do you want, Snake? If you want to talk to Naomi, why don't you call her?
Oh, it's nothing. Forget about it.
Strange guy.
Alright, there you go. 8 hours and 46 minutes.
Good luck, Snake.
We are almost at the end of the game. I think one more should do it. Especially since the Vulcan Raven fight isn't really long. It's just it can be a bit hard if you don't know what you're doing and you don't know how to avoid the firepower from his massive machine gun. That massive chain gun he carries. But other than that, the fight goes pretty quickly, and then after that we're straight into the hangar and the Metal Gear Rex section. So when we come back next time, yeah, I think we're gonna push all the way to the end. Do the Vulcan Raven fight, do the fight with Rex, both rounds of the fight with Rex, and then the fight with Liquid, and that should be it for the game. It shouldn't take more than 2 or 2.5 hours. Maybe I'll get started early, who knows, but either way, I do want to finish it in like one more video, maybe 2 at the most, but definitely 1 because I do want to start Metal Gear Solid 2. That's one of my favorite of the series, next to 3. It's very fun to play. Like, the story's not quite as good as this one, but it's very fun to play. For sure, there's 1,000 different ways to mess around with those guards. So I want to play that, and then I also want to start Tormented Souls 2, so I gotta finish Silent Hill F also. I'll probably work on that one tomorrow. Hopefully I finish that game because that game is long as hell. Like, I think I'm almost like at 20 hours. I know 2 of those hours were wasted when I first tried hard mode, and it turns out it was actually too hard for me, but even so, that would still leave 16 hours for the main game, so that's a long horror game. But hopefully it's almost over, and hopefully I can also finish Metal Gear Solid 1 pretty soon so we can get started on 2, because 2 is really fun to play. Despite certain people's hatred of writing, it's actually a pretty cool, decent game. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time, hopefully on the last video for Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PS5 on the Master Collection. See you later, everyone.